titles in a row under the great Johnny Wilkinson, the former England fly half. Now the new generation with Melvin Jaminet there just going through. France international, who has found his place in the pecking order somewhat dented by a plethora of amazing stars that France has been pumping out in pretty much every position. Stade Francais topped the table 18 times this season. However, they start off the final game unable to reach Toulouse. They need to win here. Their away form has been the success. As for Toulon, well, they topped the table once during the season, but never at the end of the weekend. They have, though, pretty much been in the top six all the way through, and it was their huge victory over Clermont last weekend that booked their place in the barrage, at the very least. The barrage is basically teams 3 to 6. The third and fourth place teams have the home advantage in that sort of repechage wildcard game, if you like, whilst the teams finishing 5th and 6th will be away. There is a battle royale beneath these two sides. However, it has to be said as well that Toulon are not entirely safe. Union Bordeaux-Bègles, who lost last week and so therefore gave up their chance to finish in the top two, well, they could go above Toulon. So then let's take a look at the two sides that come out tonight then. Changes in the front row. In come Abramashvili, Ivaldi and Paul Allo-Emile. However, Paul Gabri, Sekou Bakalou, Romain Briat, Roy Cocotte, Joris Segons and Lester Etienne, all first choice picks. Joe Marchand, Peniasai Dakawanga also there, as well as Leo Barre, who has had a breakout season for Stade Francais that has been so good he made his France debut as well. Well, for Toulon, changes in the front row there as well. In come Gros and the two Englishmen, Jack Singleton and Kieran Brooks. However, the likes of Swan Rabage, Jules Coulon and Baptiste Serrin particularly keep their places in the side, and they will need Baptiste Serrin, who missed part of the season injured. Duncan Power comes back after injury with Yuta Wainakolo and Melvin Jaminet giving them some power, pace and precision out there on the wide side of the pitch. Well, isn't that a wonderful sight? The Stade Jean-Bouin has not always been this full in recent years, but so pretty in pink have Stade Francais been this season that the crowds have started to come back, and it is a wonderful thing to see. Well, Stade Francais have been on the rise in recent years after a fairly barren spell. The same could be said for Toulon. Pierre Mignoni for them has come in from Lyon and in his second season has got them really firing. Long gone are the days when he was absolutely distraught and disgusted with what was going on at the club. Now everything is purring. They have been terrific. They play in white tonight, by the way. Stade Francais in their usual pink. Well, the whole season has been building towards this. Stade Francais have been in the top two every week ever since the end of January. It would be rather hard on them to drop out of it on the final day. They were top of the table as well, non-stop from the beginning of February until the end of April, when they were finally overtaken by Toulouse. Toulouse will finish top of the regular season and have won the title every time they have finished the regular season as the #1 side. Here we go. All 7 games kicking off at the same time. A big night for both these clubs, both assured of a place and playing for the Trophée Christophe Dominici tonight. The wonderful France back who so tragically left us far too early. Leo Barre, he will be important under the high ball tonight. He has had a spectacular season, a breakout year. Who will win then? The trophy, Christophe Dominici, who played with such distinction for both these clubs. Karim Gazelle, Stade Francais coach, watches on. And Joris Sigons gets us underway then. Round 26. It is the battle for second place and a direct entry into the semi-finals. An extra week of rest, and it's Facundo Issa who brings Toulon out first early doors. Toulon coming into this match having won their last away game at bottom side Oyonnax, who have long since been relegated. They have, though, picked up 2 wins in their last 3 away matches, so it is a warning as Joris Sigons kicks it forward for Stade Francais. Not the best kick, and well, the tennis is taking place just a good service away from here, and it looks like they've decided to have a quick go at it themselves. Joris Sigons has started 3/4, well, say 2/3 of all of the top 14 matches this season. Only 129 points for him this campaign, which is slightly below par for a man of his stature. Had a month out, though, after getting injured in training for the game before they played Lyon, which is Pierre Mignoni's former side, whom he won the Challenge Cup with. Picked up by Jack Singleton for his new side, Toulon, though. Bati Serra walks up with real distinction. A French international who dislocated his shoulder earlier in the campaign. High ball, and it's well gathered. Toulon on the attack. On a night when calculations and calculators could be out in force further down the table. The calculation is very simple for these two sides. Whoever wins goes to the semi-finals, and whoever loses goes to the barrage, which takes place next weekend. Melvin Jaminet, French international, who has rather lost his place at full-back in Fabien Galtier's Bleu squad. However, he's having a terrific season. Son Petit Gros coming forward, another man who's had injury worries this season. Big hit, was that without the ball, though? Referee's more concerned about whether or not it was a knock-on, and he says it went backwards. Karim Gazelle. Number 2 to Laurent Labitte. There he is, right on cue. With Paul Gastard right next to him, the defence coach, and obviously doing a great job because they have the number 1 defence in the whole of the division. Former England defence coach. Maclou, good take from the first line out. And a huge charge forward by the number 8, Giovanni Havelkufner, the 29-year-old German back row forward. He was born and raised in New Zealand. Former Pau man. Pau are very much in the equation tonight to get into the top 6. They will be hoping that there is a definite result between La Rochelle and Racing. Winner takes all in that game as well, but it's even more urgent for a victory for them because the loser of that game could well be knocked out of the top 6 altogether. Stuart Lancaster in charge of Racing for his first season up against Ronan O'Gara, of course, who's won 2 European titles with La Rochelle, but never this title in the top 14. Racing won it in 2016, which was the season after these two won it in 2014 and then 2015. Trying to come forward, Stade Francais. It's going to be a penalty to Stade Francais. There is Pierre Mignoni. He's been very upbeat in his talks this week. Rory Cockott went forward, and there was the knock-on by the left wing, Gaël Drian. Garban Villiers is being rested tonight, the first choice, if you like, left wing. I think the home crowd are thinking that should have been more than just a penalty. Referee deciding that there was nothing more in it than just the penalty. And now there will be a line out. 5 minutes gone. Stade Francais almost down to the 5-metre line. Mikel Ivaldi, the 34-year-old hooker, with his first test. And he does well. Straight into the arms of Romain Briat, and the driving maul is on. Swan Rabage has been penalised because he let go of his binding and found himself on the wrong side. It's gone down. Referee has not signalled, though, that that's been brought down by Toulon. So Rory Cockott feeds it out into the path of Paul Allo-Emile, and the tight head prop brings it up to the 5-metre line. Out by Seconds, a spare man out on the far side. And the first try scored by the man himself, Lester Etienne. Only 4 tries this season for the left wing. No reaction from Karim Gazelle, but just the start that the Pink Soldiers were looking for. All happened here with the perfect line-out throw. Set up the base. Segons with the missed pass. Nice quick hands from Leo Barre. And Wainakolo could not get anywhere near Lester Etienne. Just the start that Stade Francais needed.
Le temps il tourne, vous lui dites? Vous regardez le temps, vous lui dites?
So Joris Segons then with his first chance to get some points. It's not an easy kick. Only way this could be more difficult would be if it was on the other side for the right footer. Oh, he's hit that absolutely perfectly. And it's a 7-point lead with 8 minutes gone. Well, it was all done. The missed pass set up the overlap, which was beautifully exploited by Leo Barre. Stade Francais now need to get their exit correct. Something that they've been very well drilled in this season. Started off the campaign with 5 wins in their last six matches. Had a couple of defeats after that. It's only twice they've had back-to-back defeats in the whole season. Only lost once at home in Top 14, and they've decided to run it. Well, Toulon are saying that was outside the 22 when it was kicked. You can hear them saying, le 22, the 22.
Ouais. Okay.
Facundo Issa, I think, who was trying to tell the referee's assistant.
Vous êtes devant le jeu au pied, attendez avant de monter.
Jean-Baptiste Gross coming across and having a little word with Jack Singleton, who's in his first season since coming in from Gloucester on loan, and has become more and more of an important member of this Toulon side as the season has gone along. Doesn't always start, though. Generally, as a man who's come in off the bench. Issa's underneath it, does well with Barry arriving, but it's Jaminet who has it the opposite file back. Feeds it out into the path of the second row forward, Matthias Haliagu. And for the first time, Toulon threatening the red zone in the Stade Francais half. going in off your feet is, I think, the rule about the challenge there by Lester Etienne, so it'll be a penalty to Toulon. They're going to go for the 3. Get yourselves on the board. Melvin Jaminet has been terrific this season. If he gets this kick, then he will go over 200 points, and it was him that started off this counter-attack in the first place. It's a wonderful, elusive runner. France are blessed with fullbacks. Unlike Thomas Ramos, though, he generally only plays fullback, and that's why he's lost his place in the French national squad. That lack of variety in position play. Like Ramos, though, fairly metronomic from the kicking tee. This to get the first points for Toulon then, away at Stade Francais. Hit it well, and it's straight through, and it's over 200 points now for Melvin Jaminet in this top 14 season. And more importantly today, it pulls it back to 4 points. It's Stade Francais 7, Toulon 3.
P3. P3.
Non, plaquage.
Well, 11 minutes in, both sides have scored in this game between the champions in 2020-14 Stade Francais and the team that inherited the title the season afterwards, Racing Club de Toulon. Big puff out of the cheeks by the scrum half, Baptiste Serra, former Union Bordeaux-Bègles man who's been at Toulon now since 2019. So Thomas Lombard there, the president. Stade Francais watching on. And meanwhile, here comes a Penny Esai Dakawanga with pink hair. Barre's been hit hard there. He didn't get to collect the ball, and it was knocked on by Stade Francais. So the advantage is over, as you've heard the referee say. Fed out by Power. Back in the side tonight, his first game after 7 weeks, after getting a second calf injury. Serra's looking to kick this. It's fairly short, which means the runners won't have to go very far to get it. Almost makes no distance whatsoever. Didn't go 10 metres. That is quite difficult to do, to be quite honest with you.
Les blancs dans la zone de 10 mètres. Ils sont tous là dans la zone du ballon. Faut reculer. Avantage terminé.
So then Joris Segons will have a chance then to kick 3 points. Well, there is Morgan Parra, former France international scrum half, second from the left. Now part of the coaching staff of Stade Francais.
Annonce-le au départ, s'il te plaît. Du coup, il faut que j'aille chercher l'info et après, c'est la merde. Après, je dis avantage terminé.
Dakawanga, it's the first time I've seen him wearing those coloured dreads in the Stade Francais colours. He's the man, if you remember, who scored that incredible try a few weeks ago, going from one end of the pitch to the other. Through he goes, and it's a 7-point lead again for Stade Francais. Ten points to 3. And it's good to see that the candy floss is on sale somewhere around the stadium. Good way to keep it too, for later.
Non, c'est bon.
Rory Cottot in his second, maybe even third life of his career. He's already retired a couple of times, the last time from Cast went into their coaching staff for one season before being lured back into play
Ici, c'est sur moi.
by Stade Francais. And I don't think he regrets it either.
Rose, là.
Chance to
Couloir.
add another Brennus after the one in 2018.
Descendez, couloir.
Didn't have the end to his CAS career that he was hoping. He got rather overtaken by Santiago Arata for the starting position. Singleton in. Macalou nearly managed to steal it. And now they have stolen it. Messi from Toulon. Cocotte decides to kick. It's hit the back of somebody in a Toulon shirt. It'll come back the other way from the scrum half, Serra.
C'est bon, ouais.
Etienne lets it go. And it's Joris Segons who kicks it inside the 22, but he doesn't find touch either. Jamanet. He goes high, and that's not the best kick. Tried to volley it back in, but well, it won't make much difference. The ball didn't go forward that quickly anyway.
Merci.
15 minutes gone then. 13 points scored.
Un relayeur.
Stade Francais at the moment in the position to take their place with Toulouse in the semi-finals, which this season will take place in Bordeaux. Oh, that's come out the back and Cocotte didn't realise it had.
Non.
Toulon have stolen it. And there's a knock-on, I think, as well. Yep, knock-on. Signalled by the referee. Facundo Issa plays scrum half. Serra happy to let him do so.
Avantage terminé sur un avant.
Serra back on point. Gross. And it comes once more from Enzo Hervé. Both sides playing a number of their big guns, despite trying to rest others. No Charles Olivon in the Toulon lineup tonight. Jules Coulon is an open side flanker, and Salvatio Tolafua on the other side, on the blind side. What? Tell you what, that was a tricky one for Enzo Hervé to be able to pull out of the sky, and he's done pretty well. Kick back again from Segons. Will he find touch this time? No.
C'est bon.
Maybe he deliberately tried not to. That's gone out though, and is outside the 22, so Segons has won that little battle with Enzo Hervé, his opposite number. Enzo Hervé, who came into Toulon after being relegated with Brive last season.
Non, couloir, 7.
He was actually backup for Argentine international Nicolas Sanchez,
Non, blanc, couloir.
former Stade Francais great. Michele Valdi already wearing the scars of battle. Well, they're not exactly scars, it's more of an open wound. Valde's going to be looking for Macalou, I would imagine, and he finds him.
Restez.
Macalou, who is such a versatile rugby player, whether it be on the side of the scrum or out on the left wing. And it's a good maul driving forward here by Stade Francais. Ball has stopped. Cocotte out. Segons decides to kick it through. Offside. And Toulon take it quickly. Away comes Serra, evasive, elusive, feeds the ball off to Wainakolo. Serra again, out by Rabu. And on to the left wing, Gaël Drian. And it's knocked on by Drian, and the Stade Francais have it back again and start from their own 22. Both sides desperately trying to break through, but making errors of handling at the moment. Macalou has it. Advantage is over for the previous knock-on. And Toulon trying to ruck their way back over the Stade Francais players, who just about hold the fort together. That's Halagu trying to go round, suggesting that the ruck was over, but the referee said no. Get back, that's gone out. On the full again. I think Segons is suggesting they should have had a penalty for Haliagu being offside when he came round the side.
Ici. Sur le premier, s'il vous plaît. Avantage terminé, monsieur. Il était consommé là. Moi, je vous parle. Non, couloir. Descends. Capitaine, descendez, descendez.
In it comes in long, Ivaldi can't get it.
Pas droit au départ. Capitaine, pas droite au départ.
It wasn't straight.
Allez, pas droite. Première faute. Mêlée.
So Paul Gabrigue says he wants a scrum after that.
Alors, j'ai pas vu, pardon. La marque. Pardon. Attends. C'est bon, on va y aller? Vas-y, c'est bon. On attend. Flexion. Lié. Jeu.
Well, it's a fairly even push, but Toulon just about getting on top of it, so Stade Francais playing. That's a pretty good kick from there. Segon's not happy, encouraging the assistant referee just to push further towards the halfway line. And the assistant did oblige a little bit, almost up to the 10 metres.
Non, capitaine, gardez la marque de suite. On y va aller.
Stade Francais have scored more points in top 14 season with 21 players, fewer than any other team. However, 2 of them have scored more than 100. Joris Segon's one of them. He's well over 130 points now, and 114 for the Englishman Zach Henry in his first year with the capital side. He's not in the 23 today, though. Out by Serra for Toulon. Forward comes Duncan Power, the Samoan international, who's Toulon will be so relieved is fit again for this game. He brings so much creativity and also scares a fair few tries as well. Up it goes from Hervé. Rabu is chasing forward after this. However, it's too far, too long, and the mark is called by Leo Barret. Made his France debut in the Six Nations this season against Wales, and then scored his first try in his second game against England, and has been tearing up the top 14 pictures all over the country of France, either side of that breakthrough appearance internationally. 10 missed tackles already by Stade Francais. It's not what Paul Gastard, their defence coach, will be very happy about after a season of such success in defence. Singleton again. And who came in as a joker this season due to Teddy Bobigny's broken hand and Anthony Etriard's ongoing Achilles tendon injury. Little kick up by Barret, can't collect it himself. No knock on, Toulon have it though. Serran decides to go aerial. Lovely catch by Segons, almost put off by his own player. Lovely play, off they come, beautiful hands. Marchant, that's gone forward though. Wow, that was such a great move for a time, especially with such little space in which they managed all those offloads. Just tried one too many, perhaps. Jeremy Ward there, the South African who is their top scorer in terms of tries this season. Barret back into Marchant, the former England international.
C'est sifflé, c'est plié.
Unfortunately, when Penny Assaya had picked it up, it had already been knocked forward.
Mêlée blanche.
And so it'll be a scrum white, as the referee has just said. Scrum to Toulon. 3 knock-ons in the opening 24 minutes.
Moi, franchement, je m'adapte, les gars. Plus long? Ok. Plus long.
The referee saying that he's been adapting there to how far apart the 2 front rows wish to start and where they want to put their feet.
Flexion! Lié! Je!
Serra feeds, big push by Stade Francais. Serra has it still in there. And a penalty to Stade Francais for the huge push. It had been pretty level up to that. If anything, Toulon had been on top, but Stade Francais starting to get the hang of it at last. Seven kilos difference between the total pack weights. Rory Cockott, as usual, with plenty to say. It was good work. Facundo Issa had broken from the back of the scrum. Valdi. Again then. Lovely play. Gabri picks it up. However, crossing. Well, somebody must have got in front of him when he landed and it stopped the tackle coming in.
Ouais. Ça lâche, elle tourne. Gaucher qui lâche. Le gaucher qui lâche. Après ça lâche. 8 devant. Le ballon n'est pas attaquable.
Away by Jaminet. It's got plenty of distance on it and it's always almost up to halfway. Yeah, Giovanni Habel-Kufner was the man who got the wrong side. Romain Briat, it's a bit of a, yes, we did that, but they did this sort of conversation they're having there. A little chat from the loose head prop to the hooker. Gross to Singleton. It's a big night for Singleton, the former Saracens man, and in from Gloucester. We saw the Gallagher Premiership final earlier today where Northampton were given a right to challenge by 14-man Bath. Plenty of English representation this evening on the pitch on both sides.
Jouez pas, Rose!
Taken by Jaminet in the full back. Looks for space. It's a little bit too close though to Leo Barre. Nobody's challenging him though, so he doesn't bother with the mark and kicks it back where it came from. And you can already hear the crowd are not too happy about those tactics. Well, change of tack. It's still a kick, but it's gone for the touchline. And it's the forwards who are leading the chase there to make sure they don't take it quickly, as Paolo Garbisi has a little chat with Jules Donglo. The half-back partners that will likely come on in the second half. Having a referee's microphone is not always a good thing. Teddy Bobigny by the looks of it, or in the back of him. First choice hooker normally. Had a broken hand against Bayonne back in August and again in training in November, and was one of the reasons why Singleton was brought in the first place. Interesting decision to put Singleton in front today. Becca Gigashvili and the rest of the Toulon players who are injured tonight. Jeremy Sanzel on the right-hand side.
Reprise.
Singleton just about held on to by Tolofua. Not the cleanest of getaways, but now they try to break through. Big hit on Duncan Paoa. Toulon making good ground on the ground, though. Almost up to halfway, almost up to half an hour as well. Oh, that's been stolen by Makalu. Reached up with those big, long arms and pulled it back down again. Forward by Briat. Into Pacenti. Valdi takes it on. Kokot, short, Makalu. Into Briat again. It's a real arm wrestle at the moment between these two sides. Up by Kokot. Mark called by Enzo Hervé. Enzo Hervé over 100 points now for the season after his kick earlier. Almost exactly 100 behind the man who's going to kick the ball now. Two sides have players who have kicked, two players who have kicked over 100 points in the season. Stade Francais, one of them. La Rochelle, another. Toulon would be, but Enzo Hervé was 2 points short of reaching 100 himself, even though Jaminet has now gone over 200. Half an hour gone, Stade Francais 10, Toulon 3. As it stands at the moment, Stade Francais will be in the semi-finals with a guaranteed top 2 finish. Mignoni wants his side to steal it away at the last. Haven't been in the top 2 since December. And that was the only 1 week they were in the top 2. Out by Serra. Scrum half feeds it out once more. Nice movement here, but the defensive pink wall is folded across as well. Juta Wanakolu couldn't get it released properly, and Serra is fouled by the looks of it. Rory Kokot incurring the ire of the Toulon players. Well, I suppose it's not surprising that there's a little bit of niggle in this match. There's so much at stake. History has taught us that getting a direct semi-final place definitely helps in terms of winning the title. Not everybody can be Castres, who won from 6th place back in 2018, coming through the barrage away and the semi-final away before winning the final as well. 2 captains are called forward, and there's going to be a bit of a disciplinary chat here.
Première faute sur la mêlée, le gaucher qui lâche. On est hors jeu, après l'échauffourée, il n'y a que dalle, franchement, il n'y a rien. Vous revenez mettre une couche et vous parlez mal, ok? Donc reprenez-vous tous les deux. Donc pénalité sur hors jeu là-bas ou sur la mêlée au départ?
Well, the referee explaining there that there was nothing really of any consequence in what just happened, and that they'd already got the penalty from 2 sides of the pitch. So he wants them to all calm down. Otherwise, he said that he might start to take a bit more action. Romain Briat seemed to pretty much understand everything he said there. He was no arguments at all, unlike the last time. And they're going to come across and take the penalty for this side for the off, after the dragging down from the line out. So they're going for the posts.
Oui, c'est pour ça, mais après le rôle de capitaine, ils le font pas.
Well, this was when Wanakolo tried to go through. He's taken by Barre to start with. And then it was Marchand who nearly upended the Toulon player. So then Jaminet lines it up. It should be relatively straightforward, this one. And is not. He's missed it by the near post. Of all of the ones to miss, he can't believe it either. Well, how important will that be by the end of the game? So far, just the one try. So off we go again then, and Stade Francais get away with one. Hervé and Jaminet managed to get out of each other's way before the fly half takes it. It's the other fly half who has it now. Segons is going to kick it back, and here we go again with the kicking tennis. Hervé hasn't come out too well so far with these kinds of duels with his opposite number. Tries to go the other way. However, Segons is there again. And again, the crowd are not happy.
Non, il n'y a pas de marque, il ne dit pas.
Toulon trying to claim that Segons called the mark, which the referee said, nope, he didn't. So he can carry on.
Sur la ligne. La ligne. La ligne.
Mathieu Bastereau just disappearing out of shot. With Teddy Bobigny in centre frame. Mathieu Bastereau, stunning player in his own right. Back in the day, first as a centre and then with the big boys out on the flanks. Good push this by Toulon.
Avantage, le 2. Avantage, 2 sur le côté. Garde la marque, Vincent.
Right, so that's against Mikel Evaldi that the penalty advantage has been called. There is no penalty advantage, so he's going to come back. Evaldi looks at the referee like, what did I do? Well, the question again is, are you going for the post? And Jaminet is going to try and undo the damage of what he missed last time, and it's a fairly similar kick. From slightly further out, perhaps. There goes Evaldi. Well, yeah. He went off his feet. He had his hands on the ball to start with, but then went off his feet immediately. And that's what the referee saw. So then just a 50% kick success rate at the moment for Velvin Jaminet, who's been much better than that this season. Can he get it right this time? He's missed it again from exactly the same place. Oh my goodness me. That's 6 points they've left out on the field. Well, we're hoping the next penalty is not from the same position. What a time to suddenly leave your kicking boots in the dressing room. Taken by Giovanni Havelköfner. Big number 8 bounces off of one tackle and recycles to Cocotte.
Ok, lâche, 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 lâche.
It's a foul against Facundo Issa.
Non, c'est vous qui l'avez, cet assistant plaqueur. Faut lâcher avant de jouer.
Yep, you have to let go after the tackle before you can play the ball. Facundo Issa was probably suggesting that that's what he did do, but he didn't. So Stade Francais are able to march down into the Toulon 22.
C'est rechecké, il n'y a rien.
Pushed by Stade Francais, still going. The driving maul finding some success. They regroup, go again. Toulon have broken off some of the players and not going after the right people. They're still going forward, up to the 5-metre line. Now picked up by the tight head prop, Paul Allo-Emile. Close to the second try of the game. Romain Briat over the top of it. Out it comes to Barre. Joe Marchant, the former England international, goes back up into traffic and still goes up to 2 metres. They're holding him up. The maul is called. Ball is down. The referee says he can see it. Cocotte, big push! And it's the big man, Hubble Kufner, who bulldozes his way over the paint. And the second try for Stade Francais. Fourth try of the campaign. This one built and erected and established and opened by the forwards. He's very hard to stop, and even a tight head prop struggles to arrest his momentum.
Denis, c'est bon?
Stade Francais edging ever closer to a semi-final place.
Ouais, parfait, ouais. Merci. Non, parce qu'ils disent qu'ils tapent sur le ballon volontairement. Pour moi, j'ai pas la perception. Oui.
Francisco Gomez.
J'ai pas un geste délibéré d'un joueur qui tape sur le ballon, tu vois. Non, rien. C'est une discussion.
Through it goes. And now those 6 missed points by Toulon looking even more expensive. As it's now 17 points to 3 in a 14-point lead for Stade Francais Paris.
Le ballon est rentré. Le ballon est rentré. Jouez là, 9.
Told to get on with it, Rory Cocotte, who's now naturalised Frenchman. The South African-born scrum half. Big push by Stade Francais again. Oh, but they have been penalised for going in off their feet.
Il n'y a aucune maîtrise.
Didn't master the push forward, is what the referee has just said. Well, big smile from Jaminet as the bells of Notre Dame sound for the end of the first half. So this will be the last play after the next line out. For those new to the sport, you can't finish on a penalty at the end of either half. So we keep going. If there isn't another penalty, then this will be the last piece of play. A little bit loose again from Toulon. They've struggled a little bit in this first half from the line out. Possession overturned, and now a chance for Stade Francais to turn the screw if they want to. However, Rory Cocotte doesn't. And that's the end of a half in which Stade Francais put 1 foot in the semi-finals. Tries from Lester Etienne and Hubble Kufner mean at half-time it is Stade Francais 17, Toulon 3. Here is Joris Seconds. Well, you've clearly been winning the kicking game in that first half.
C'est la stratégie, oui et non. Après, Toulon joue chez nous, il laisse Baptiste devant, il monte pas.
The strategy is not necessarily we were set out to do, but it's the way we've done. They were leaving Baptiste Serra on his own, so we decided to take advantage of that. However, moment. They seem to be standing up to
Denis,
it
c'est
well.
bon, tu m'entends? Steph? Vincent? Ok. Charles, on peut y aller?
So the referee just asking if he can
C'est bon?
get on with it.
On y va?
We are almost ready to get underway for the final half of rugby action in the regular season for the 2023-24 campaign. Stade Francais, as it stands at the moment, in the semi-finals, thanks to a 2-try haul in the first half and a 17-3 lead going into the second.
C'est bon, jeu. Le ballon est dehors. Jouez là.
So the first drive by Toulon. Baptiste Serrat pulls it out and finds Enzo Hervé, the fly half. Feeds it on down the line, and Facundo Issa is trying to take ball, and Joe Marchant with him. Hervé, good hit by Alo Emile. And it means that Toulon have to start again, having been pushed back inside their own half. Starting off this game with 68 points, 3 points behind Stade Francais. It'll be a fairly extreme set of conditions for Toulon to be able to draw with Stade Francais. Up it goes. Taken by Lester Etienne, scored the first try, and off he goes again, past 2-3 men. It's Baptiste Serrat who eventually brings him down. That should be Stade Francais ball. Toulon player was trying to rip that away when he was already on the ground. Segonds out to Herbal Köfner. Flowing play again. Romain Briat bringing it forward. Segonds once more out into the big men. Quick ball, Rory Cocotte, Segonds. And a chance for Sergio Abrabashvili, the Georgian loosehead prop, to take hold of the ball. Segonds, missed pass. Quick pass, maybe forward. Out on the full anyway. Lester Etienne unable to get there from the pass. Attempted offload by his captain, Romain Briat.
Mêlée, ils ont pris. Mêlée. Comment?
Jeremy Ward looks as though he's in need of, I'm not quite sure whether that was a new shirt he was saying or whether they were doing a little bit of work on the number of bandages he's got holding his shoulders together.
La marque, c'est bon? Reprise du temps.
In terrific form, and he's the top scorer. 9 tries this season. Quite the 16 that Baptiste Couillou has scored for Lyon. But they've all been valuable for a side that hasn't scored that many tries. Their success this season very much based on their rock-solid defence.
Lié. Jeu. Gardez l'axe. 3, gardez l'axe de poussée.
Yeah, it's Paul Alo Emile who has been penalised. Samoan international tight head prop. Melvin Jaminet, who's been better at finding the corners with kicks than he has finding the slots between the posts so far in this game. Having an unusually off night from the kicking tee. Front row's coming up, and a little pat on the head for Kieran Brooks, the tight head prop, who got the better of Abramashvili in that particular set piece. Toulon getting ready for the line out then, and a first chance for Teddy Bobigny to impress, having come on for Singleton. At hooker, didn't quite look straight, that, and the referee agrees. Not the best start for the 25-year-old, first choice hooker for Toulon this season. He's only not started. This is the first time he's not started any of his games this campaign. He's been on catch-up, though, after a season that has been wrecked by problems with his hands. Meanwhile, Lucas Perez-Blanc is about to come on to replace Abramashvili at loose head prop, and Stade Francais not wasting any time in rectifying what they see as a problem there in the scrum.
Ouvrez l'épaule, monsieur. Ouvrez.
Abramashvili will want to do a little better against Kieran Brooks in this particular scrum.
Lié.
They're on this side as well. Brooks on the left-hand side, Abramashvili on the right. Better this time from the Georgian, who's put his foot down now. Is the ball out? No, it isn't. Serran went too early and was pinged offside. Elsewhere, Toulouse are winning their game, but they've already booked their place as the regular season winners. La Rochelle are beating Racing in the big game to decide the 5th and 6th places in the playoffs. In a big fight where 4 teams are still in with a shout of 5th, and teams all the way down to 10th, theoretically, in with a shout of making it into 6th. Meanwhile, Stade Francais are on their way to booking 2nd place, looking for a 3rd try. Peniasai, Dakawanga trying to get onto it. Instead, it's Lester Etienne had to let it go, and there was a danger of him knocking it on. Did well, Ward picks it up. Kokot back the other way. Peniasai. Dakawanga goes into contact and feeds the ball back successfully. Gabrig. Kokot once more. Rivaldi, the hooker, doesn't make much ground, and it's almost jackled. However, Stade Francais keep it again. Alain Emile back out to Barre. Lester Etienne again tries to come back inside Duncan Baoua. The Kokot again. Paul Alain Emile, the forwards, take up their duties once more. Kokot to Segons. They're going to move it out wide this time. Ward nearly dropped him and managed to just hold on. Decided to cut back inside rather than risk the pass. Kokot, slightly slower ball this time. Kokot tries to speed it up. Inching forward. Another try and things will get very, very hard for Toulon. Paul Alain-Emile, big legs pumping. Doesn't make much ground though. Paul Gabriel also just uses up a bit of the clock more than anything else. Plenty of Stade Francais players there on the ground. Briat. Only attempted jackal by Bobigny. And away come Toulon on the fast break, taken quickly. Rabu down the line, but here comes Peniasai Dakawanga, and he picks up the ball and off he goes. Big push by the backs. The referee's going to blow though, as Dakawanga put his hand into the face of a Toulon player, and now the fight's breaking out. Again, a little bit of bad blood that we saw in the first half resurfacing in the second. Get back, says the referee.
Denis, arbitrage vidéo.
So we're going to the TMO.
Contrôler un coup de décollé du 14 rose, s'il te plaît.
So Peniasai Dakawanga is going to be investigated to see whether he used his elbow
Au départ, quand il récupère le ballon là-bas.
in possession. I said he might well have done something like that
Sur le 9
at the time. The referee
Dans le couloir des
needs
5
to
mètres.
check it. So he picks it up here. It's all good so far. He has Baptiste Serran before him. The elbow comes up into the neck of the Toulon scrum half.
Je vois le point d'impact.
Well, is that regarded as an elbow, or is it just his palm of his hand? But in any case, he's shoved him in the neck or in the throat area. Well, it's not the elbow, is it?
L'autre ralenti est plus par là. Hein. Est-ce que c'est un raffut ou est-ce que c'est un coup de décollé? Tu vois, parce que ça tape sur le buste et après ça monte à la gorge. Oui, mais ça vient taper sur le buste. Donc c'est pas un raffut, c'est un bras décollé qui vient taper sur le buste et après qui monte à la gorge. Voilà.
So they're saying he hit him on the chest first and then it rose up into the throat.
Voilà. Ok. Merci. Donc c'est pas un raffut, c'est un coup de décollé, ça vient taper d'abord sur le buste et après ça monte à la gorge, ça sera carton jaune contre le 14.
So yellow card coming for Peniasai Dakawanga.
Contre le 14. Les pénalités là-bas.
Because of the fact that even though he hit the chest first, he then aggressively shoved it up into the throat of Bati Serra. And so Stade Francais will be down to 14 men for the next 10 minutes. You hear what the crowd think of that?
Attends. Reculé, c'est bon? Reprise du temps.
So what difference will that make? Because now suddenly Toulon have an advantage. A man advantage. Admittedly, they haven't lost a forward, so I wonder whether or not we might see. Here comes Perez Blanc in for Ivaldi. So then maul called by the referee. And they're over. Have they got it down? The referee says yes. And Toulon waste no time in making advantage from their man advantage. A few seconds after Peniasai Dakawanga heads for the bin, the forwards take advantage, at least in terms of morale. The referee, though, wants to make sure that everything is legal. He wants to see whether or not this ball has gone, or if a foot went into touch before the ball was brought down. So they're heading towards the touchline at the moment. Well, there's definitely at least one in touch. Where's the ball?
Ah, c'est les chaussures rouges contre le ballon. À mon avis.
There's an awful lot of legs to look at there.
Ouais. Donc il y a un passage en touche, il n'y a pas d'essai, il y a passage en touche, c'est le 7 qui porte le
However,
ballon.
it looks like the ball has been taken into touch. The try won't stand.
Touche.
And it will be a line out instead to Stade Francais.
J'ai pas repris le temps. Ouais. Pour moi c'est bon. Hein?
So, Stade Francais live to fight another day then.
Attends, non, jouez pas. 10 et 12 blancs.
See there, it was 52 seconds after Peniasai Dakawanga went off that Stade Francais conceded, although he was a right wing, so it shouldn't really have made an awful lot of difference in terms of the way that try was scored. Paulo Garbisi has come on at fly half for Enzo Hervé.
Reprise du temps, c'est bon.
In by Perez Blanc and Fainganuku has come on for
C'est bon.
Power. Fainganuku is a wing coming on for the centre.
Non, ballon couvert.
Rory Cockott is looking to clear his lines.
Non, c'est involontaire.
And does well.
Il court avec vous.
I say does well. I thought he got a lot more out of it than that. It's barely, he hasn't even made it out of the 22.
Couloir, descendez.
Hervé takes his place on the bench alongside Emerick Setiano, the replacement tight head prop.
Combien?
Karim Gazelle. looking a little more flustered than earlier, now that his side have to survive another 8 and a bit minutes. In by Bobigny, this straight, Macalou makes himself big and nuisance again in the line-out, but this time Toulon do at least keep hold of it.
Reste.
Bobigny.
No.
Out by Serra. Into Kieran Brooks. And the Englishman is sent backwards. And that's knocked on by Bobigny. Good defence again from Stade Francais.
Ballon dedans.
Well, what a difference it makes when the Stade Jean-Point is full. The atmosphere is sensational tonight. Success certainly brings the crowds back, and Dakawanga is trying to take his mind off the weight before he gets back on in 7 and a bit minutes.
Deux, pensez à talonner. Flexion. Lié.
Strong work from Stade Francais, nice solid scrum. Seconds, oh, that's off the outside of the boot horribly. And he apologises.
Elle était dedans, je l'avais dit.
Toulon trying to suggest he was outside the 22 as well, just to make it worse, but the referee was very happy that he was well inside. On the right-hand side of that line, down on the right-hand side of your screen. Well, it's a great day today for Vannes, down there on the bottom of Brittany. Who beat Grenoble in the Pro D2 playoff final to book their place in top 14 for the first time in their history, and indeed for the first time for any Brittany side in the top flight. So exciting times for them. Away comes Facundo Issa for Toulon, shrugs off one challenge, and then Macalou gets him down on the second. Bobigny, it was a tough ball for him to pick up, but he's done well, trying to get away from Lucas Perez-Blanc. Serra feeds it back in to Solivasio Tulafua. Referee, though, is going to come back for a previous penalty decision. Not rolling away by Stade Francais. Now, will they go for the 3 points here? Are we late enough in the game for them not to take the kick at the post? No, Baptiste Serran signals that they will go for the post. And Melvin Jaminet, who's missed his last 2 penalty kicks, must be feeling your nerves a little bit now. High tackle by Macalou is why they came back for that challenge on Bobigny. Grenoble go now into the relegation barrage against Montpellier. Melvin Jaminet, well, he would have been absolutely disgusted with himself if he'd missed that one. 3 easy points, but I think they'll be happy with that as Demba Bomba watches on.
Faites quoi, tous les lacets ou c'est... Non, c'est quoi? Ah, vous changez? Le temps est arrêté, vous avez le temps. Hein. Prenez 5 minutes. Hein.
So elsewhere, Pau are leading Perpignan by 21 points to 10. Perpignan, if they win today, would be able to go into the playoffs, but it's not going that well for a team that spent the first 6 weeks of the season rock bottom of the table. The Toulon away supporters still right behind their team. And why not? They're on their way to the playoffs for the first time since 2017.
Déplacez-vous et je donnerai le coup d'envoi après.
Jean-Baptiste Gross has had his boots strapped back together and he's ready to go, the loose head prop for Toulon.
Reprise du temps.
Ding-dong battle down in Pau. Only 4 points between Perpignan and Pau at the moment. In that fight for a 6th place in the playoffs. Here though, Toulon trying to come back into it to try and book their direct place in a semi-final berth without having to play the barrage. There were wonderful scenes last week as they absolutely pulverised Clermont. A result that booked their place back in the playoffs for the first time in half a dozen years. Perez Blanc then needs a straight delivery and finds it. Oh, Makelow's dropped it though and knocked on by Stade Francais.
Premier rose, deuxième blanc.
Scrum to Toulon and a shake of the head from Monsieur Gazelle.
Premier rose.
Wow, what a noise. Wonderful scenes. Zach Henry enjoying it, even though he's not playing tonight. Foul is out, says the referee. Not quite sure where it's gone. Under there somewhere. Baptiste Serra has it. Nicely done by Rabu. And away they come. Jaminet now with a little bit of space to burst into. Round the back of Lester Etienne. The little kick forward. Picked up by Rory Cocotte. Stade Francais' rearguard action holds Toulon at the 5-metre line. 2.25 minutes to go on the yellow card. Until Peniasai Dakawanga can come back on again. Until then, Stade Francais have only conceded 3 points. And if they stay that way, they will be delighted. Out it comes, and they get up beyond the 22. No wonder he's panting. Well, Jaminet finally getting a bit of space to run into. It was a brilliant tackle to stop him by Joe Marchant. Otherwise, he would have still been going. Great tracking back by Cocotte. Look at the arrival here of the Englishman. Just about got the kick away in time. And then Cocotte backed up his teammate by scrambling it. Well, the top brass on either side.
16 roses, 2 mètres.
Probably as nervous as any fan in the stadium. It's ticked up by Brian Alalouise, the replacement second row forward. Feeds it back into the path of Jules Coulon. Serra inside the 5-metre line. Serran again. Facundo Issa going for the line and under. Facundo Issa gets it down. And Toulon score their first try with 48 seconds left of the yellow card. The numerical superiority finally comes home to find a result. And it's the big man from Argentina who has brought Toulon right back into it. Great run by Alain Oese. That set them up. Stade Francais reeling, trying to get that defensive structure back in place. Quick ball. And then Facundo Issa isolating Joris Segons. And going over for the score. Over the top by Jaminet. Another easy one for him right in front of the post. And all of a sudden, a result that looked as though it was fairly secure for Stade Francais is looking a lot less secure.
8-3.
Thanks to Facundo Issa in his first start since returning last week as a sub from a calf injury that he picked up in round 18 against Racing.
Ça a été contrôlé, il n'y a aucun souci. Non, c'est bon. Reprise. Il n'y a aucun souci.
Well, pulling down, a cheap penalty given away. Dakawanga comes on, and the first thing he does is give away another penalty.
C'est bon. Ça vaut pas plus que pénalité. Ça vaut pas plus que pénalité.
Said it's not worth more than a penalty. Some inquiring that it might be worthwhile another yellow card, in which case Dakawanga could find himself sent off. Just pulling down
C'est bon ici?
the big second row forward. Brave man, Dakawanga there, doing that to Swan
Descendez le
Rabage.
couloir.
Joao Bramashvili and Paul Aloemil off and being replaced by Moses Aloemil and Georgi Mekalidze on the two sides of the scrum. Alaloese again.
Derrière.
Toulon with their tails up. Only 4 points behind now. Lovely little play by Garbisi.
Plaquage.
Confirmation there of the change of props at the top of your screen. Out by Serra once more. He's made such a difference since he came back. His experience and his now and his skill and his aptitude to read the game. Feeds it back out once more. It's a big hit. And a penalty to Stade Francais. Look at the way that Ward has responded to that. They know that momentum was beginning to turn against them. And that is a game momentum changer. Rory Cockot's getting himself into trouble again by the looks of it.
Je vous entends encore une fois, c'est pénalité carton, d'accord? Vous vous taisez. C'est clair, le message est passé maintenant.
So the next thing he says is going to be a yellow card for the scrum half. And then he offers the referee some water. No, thank you, says the referee. Just can't stop himself, Rory Cockot, can he?
Après, il ne peut pas voir qu'il n'a pas le ballon. C'est pas un plaquage sans ballon parce que il n'a pas encore servi au sol. Je l'ai dit.
RBC back up again.
Complice du temps, Eric.
Italian international, who almost managed to send a kick to beat France for the first time in Italy's history, but it came back off the post, famously. Oof. And he got absolutely pummeled by Ward. No wonder he needed a bit of attention after that. Had all the wind knocked out of him. Well, off goes Sekou Makalu, and to be replaced by Mathieu Hirigoyen. And on comes Brad Weber for Cockot. Probably the right time to bring him off after that warning of a yellow card. Meanwhile, Lucas Perez-Blanc successfully finds his man, and Brad Weber gets his first touch since coming on at scrum half. Dakawanga picks and goes, but it's brought down well. Forward by Perez-Blanc. Hooker recycles, and it goes back into the path of Paul Gabrielard. Ganuku nearly going offside and pulling out just at the propitious moment. Barre, fullback, avoids a couple of tackles and gains an extra metre in the process. Out by Segons. Forward by Briat. The big open side, combative flanker. takes them into enemy territory. Moses Allo-Emile, Paul Allo-Emile's brother. Weber looking around for the best option. Former All Black. And you've got a penalty. Not rolling away by Toulon. Now they're a long way out. It's a fairly difficult kick if they were to go for the post. So they might go for the corner here. Question is, are you going for the post? Poteau is post in French, for anyone that doesn't know. Big run by Briat. Brought down by Rabu. Rabu, well, Joe Marchand doing his best there to make sure that Rabu couldn't roll away. And whether they are going to go for the posts. Joris Segons' form doesn't suggest that he would do anything other than put this through, but then I said that about Melvin Jaminet in the first half, so if I'm going to jinx him, let's jinx both of them. Slightly tricky one this with the right hand from the right hand side of the pitch, but Joris Segons has been in decent form. Hits it well, straight through, lovely kick. And the crowd exalts their man as it reaches a converted tries distance between the two sides again. 20 points to 13, Stade Francais lead by. I think Jeremy Ward has become the captain now. Paul Gabrielard must have come off. 7 points to gap. There it is, Paul Azago has come on to replace the skipper. Melvin Jaminet. Oof, that's almost gone backwards. Well, he's had a couple of kicks. Shakes his shoulders down and tries to get over it, but it's disappointment. It's not been a great day for Melvin Jaminet. It's not the first time tonight we've seen him blow his cheeks out. C'est pas possible, he just said. That can't be possible. Stade Francais then give an unexpected possession. Lucas Perez Blanc feeds it in, and Azago makes his first contribution by catching the resulting line out. That's a high tackle by the looks of it from Yannick Yoyout. Third appearance since he twisted his knee against Toulouse back in round 10. It's only his 6th appearance of the whole season. Against his former side as well. It wasn't a happy homecoming for him. Somewhat lacked match practice since his move from Toulouse at the beginning of the season. Had a broken foot in his last season for Toulouse, having had a shoulder knock the season before that. So then another opportunity here for Joris Segons just to extend that lead further. Loose discipline from Toulon costing them. It's going to swing round enough. 23 points to 13 and a 10-point lead now for Laurent Labitte and his side. Yeah, tough that from Jaminet. All of that was caused by his inability to be able to keep the ball in rather than kicking it straight into touch from that attempted up and under.
Non, c'est bon, stop, lâche. Derrière, non, joue pas.
Weber back to Segons, who kicks it long, trying to get it behind the defence. It's well taken by Jaminet, though, in the middle of the park this time. Goes long himself, and we're back to that kicking match that we had earlier. However, there's too much. Oh, my goodness me. Jaminet's night goes from bad to worse. And they will come all the way back from where he kicked it for a scrum. Teddy Bobigny taking exception to something that Jeremy Ward has done.
Venez. Le temps est arrêté. Il y avait le 9, maintenant c'est vous, donc c'est pénalité contre vous. Arrêtez de chambrer.
Penalty against Ward, which he can't believe. Well, Mathieu Bastereau looking less than impressed with what he's seeing.
Le ballon, les gars, un ballon. Le temps est arrêté. On reprendra le temps quand vous tapez. Il est arrêté. Reprise du temps. Reculez un peu. C'est bon?
Merci.
Sur le premier, s'il vous plaît. Sur le premier, descendez. Descendez un peu.
Teddy Bobigny has had a few problems, but it's Bruce DeVoe now who's come on at loose head prop and comes across with the instructions for where the delivery should go. Nice and straight, picked up well by Swan Rabage, and he sets up the driving maul, and off they go. This is very productive, much better. Brian Alanoise has it, and a penalty to Toulon as well.
C'est bon.
Lucas Perez Blanc was the man who didn't let go of the ball when they hit the ground. No attempt at the post this time. Garbisi goes for the corner. Brilliant take by Swan Rabage, and off they went. He did really well there to hand it off to Brian Alanoise before he fell over. And Stade Francais bringing them all down, and that's why we are on the 5 metre line. In by Bobigny again. Again, it's good. Charge forward. However, better resistance here from Stade Francais. However, Alanoise is parting the pink sea and is all the way over, but is held up. And another defensive stoppage again by Stade Francais. Look at this from Alanoise, a one-man maul. But there was a 4-man cushion for him to land on.
Ça, c'est moi qui arbitre.
Comme ça. On y va?
Goal line dropouts after that holding up then. They should come back then at them. Melvin Jaminet catches it. Decides he's going to run it this time and finds Yayut. Out by Serra. Bobigny decides to hold on to it.
No, Rose.
Ward, Perez Blanc tried to rip the ball away, but the grip was strong. Big hit by Tanganoa Halafanua, who's just come on as well as a replacement lock. Gabisi. Bobigny, that looks a bit high by Stade Francais. And it's called as an advantage. Free hit to nothing here for Toulon.
Avantage, hein? T'as la marque, Steph?
Fanganuku having a good first season since arriving from New Zealand. Held up here, so they're going to come back for the previous infringement.
Plaquage haut, hein? Simple pénalité, plaquage haut. Touche.
Elsewhere, there's big news coming out of Castres. Castres leading away at Bayonne. And with Racing losing at La Rochelle, Castres would go into 6th place. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? From 2018, when they won the title last, and that was the last time that Toulon made it into the playoffs as well. Gabrielard, the captain, has come back on, this time for Pesenti. It is Toulon, though, who have the ball, and they set up the next maul forward. Bobigny has it. Gets himself set up behind Emeric Setiano, the replacement tight head prop, but good maul there from Stade Francais, and it's good enough for possession to change, and they get the put in at the scrum. Abramashvili like that. Meanwhile, Giovanni Habel-Kufner, ice on the jaw. He's clearly been hit at some point before he came off. Time off whilst we wait for a little bit of treatment on a Stade Francais player. Moses Allo-Emile, by the looks of it, who needed some attention. Hamdawi's coming on for Dakawanga. He'll be on his way out of the club at the end of this season, the 30-year-old fullback, along with Joris Seconds. Hamdawi will be off to Clermont, Seconds will be off to Bayonne. Baptiste Serra comes off for a rest and is replaced by Jules Donglo, the 22-year-old scrum half, on for his 11th appearance of the campaign. The scrum has collapsed, so just as Stade Francais were about to clear. Well, he's saying that both sides went down at the same time, so you can't penalise both teams, so they'll just have to reset. Once the shoulders higher, actually once the elbows higher is what he just said, les coudes, not les épaules. Habel-Kufner doesn't look convinced yet that they've secured that place in the semi-finals. Off we go then, a big push from both sides. They've gone down on this side. What's he going to give? It's a penalty to Toulon. Garbisi will go for the corner. Well, it was Moses Allo-Emile who went down, but the referee, I think, is penalising somebody on the other side. Not there yet. 6.5 minutes for Stade Francais to hold on. They'll be so pleased that they've got beyond that converted try in terms of a lead. They don't need a 5-point there. They don't need an attacking bonus point. They just need to win. Facundo Issa, though, doing his best to make sure that doesn't happen, but a huge tackle by Pierre-Henri Azago. It's another penalty to Toulon. Coming in from the side at the maul. And Paul Gabrielard just said, just give me a little bit of time to be able to talk to my men. You've got to stay behind the try line until this happens. Brian Alaloise, perhaps unsurprisingly the man given the ball, but that's a nice big hit from Romain Briat. Off comes Donglo. Facundo Issa again, the ball carrier. Donglo, Bobigny. Bobigny trying to get to the 5-metre line to set up some more play. Good tackle again, that's Joris Seconds coming through. Donglo has it. Bedlam. Brilliant defence this from Stade Francais. However, Toulon still have it with Yayut. Good drive by the forward. Up to the 5-metre line again. Donglo trying to get through. Brought down by Alafanua. Again, Alan Oise. He can't make it through. Donglo, quick ball. Out to Faiganuku. Faiganuku to the line. And he gets there. Brilliant finish from the All Black. And not the first time we've said it about him this season. Strong driving play, hard attack, hard defence, but it's the attack that comes through, and Lester Faiganuku comes through to score the 9th try of his first season and his 5th try in his last 4 appearances for Pierre Mignoni's men. Second place is not out of sight yet for RC Toulonnais. We are all set for a grandstand finish. Well, the extra's already taken. It's a 3-point gain. 23-20. Don't forget, Toulon have to win it. A draw is not enough. Three and a half minutes to go. Stade Francais in possession. Segonds, high, needs to be outside of the 22 and is. It's a brilliant kick, but it's knocked on. Ward tried to claim it, just off the edge of his fingers. And all of a sudden, the calm persona that Karim Ghazal had earlier has disappeared. It's nervous pacing up and down the Stade Francais line. Tolofur has come on for Facundo Issa. Worried expressions on the face of Paul Gastard and Laurent Labitte. And a little word from Baptiste Serrin for Pierre Mignoni. What has he seen? Off comes Issa. Titanic performance from a man who's had his injury worries this season. Jules Donglo will have the important task here of delivering. They've gone too early here, the two front rows. Hardly surprising. Desperate to get the upper hand. Clermont are taking apart Montpellier, by the way. They're doing everything they can to get into the top 6. Sergio Parise, it's the first time we've seen him tonight. Former great Italian number 8, now on the coaching staff of Toulon. Clermont have scored 50 points tonight, which is what Toulon did to them last weekend. Oh, and Pierre Mignoni can't believe that, because his side have been penalised with 1.5 minutes to go. And a penalty to Stade Francais. Surely they'll go for the post. We'll take it out to 6 points. And that would mean that Toulon have to convert a try. No, they're going to run down the clock. Well, with only a minute to go, why not? Game management at its extreme there. Bruce Deveau going down, and they were unable to bring it in, and Emerick Setiano looking disgusted. So then, it all comes down to this. Inside the last minute, Stade Francais do the first part like they need to, and they're racing towards the line, trying to finish it off in style. Keeping it with the forwards, 25 seconds to go. Well, wherever they were on the pitch, this is what they would be doing anyway. Keeping it close, keeping it with the forwards. Now trying to finish it off with a try to make it all a bit more comfortable. At the end of the match where they were comfortable and then taken to the edge, Brad Weber has it, 80 minutes gone, and Stade Francais finished second in the top 14 regular season. Laurent Lebait's team took it to the edge, but they just had enough. Second place with Toulouse secured. It's the barrage for Toulon. Relief all around as it finishes. Stade Francais 23, Toulon 20. Well, Pierre Mignoni has left already. It's the barrage for them. As things stand, it would be against La Rochelle. Bordeaux-Bègles, who are easily winning their match against Oyonnax, will finish third and will take on Castres as it stands at the moment. Other games are still being played. Perpignan's season looks like it's about to end away at Pau. They're losing 31-24 at the moment with 2 minutes left of their game. Melvin Jaminet, well, he did not have his best game. They left 6 points out there with missed penalty kicks. And in the end, the difference between the two sides was only 3. He will have a chance next weekend, though, to make up for it, assuming he plays. La Rochelle have been confirmed winners. They will finish 6th. Racing, though, have pulled it back at the last. They got a defensive bonus point out of La Rochelle there, which took them to 62 points, which takes them